Raytheon bouncing up here this morning. These stocks have been really weak. The defense stocks, Raytheon's coming off a pretty deep low. Nothing I can touch here. Very weak market here, and drifting down most of this after the gap up this morning. Qs were really strong this morning. SPY was reasonably strong. IWM was weak. SPY's moving down here, drifting down again. I'm looking for a SPY super system setup in this. I'd like to see it come back up to the 15 and then touch it and then revert back down again. SPY's got room back to the 15. EMA on the daily. So again, I'm watching the Qs. Came right down to the pivot point here now and stopped there, so I can't touch that right now. And IWM is the weakest index. It doesn't really have any nearby support at all to the downside. Got a kind of a little. It's got a horizontal support at 232.50, which is sitting on right now. Then it's got room all the way down to the 50-day moving average. Is the indexes, just so for SPY super system setup purposes, this is what we're looking at. Right here at the 232.50, this is the support level, horizontal support level. Then you've got room down here to the 50 on the IWM. On the SPY, broke through the 8. This is where the support is on the SPY, right there at the 15. 15 EMA on the daily, 602.23. And triple Qs, it's got a good long way to drop down to support down here to the 8, and even at below yesterday's low. So the Qs have got some good downside distance if they decide they want to do that. a lot of sneezing this morning, so sorry if I sneeze. Oh man. AWM with a bounce. Triple Q's with a bounce. All the indexes trying to bounce up right now. Again, I'm just watching here for SPY Super System. My preference would be triple Q's actually. But I got this pivot point right here that I have to be concerned about as support. my mic off. Sorry about that. Sorry. Welcome to the YouTube folks that are here. Again, I'm looking to try to take a short on the SPY if we get the setup. Right now, I'm looking for the break below the 15. It's just this little red line, but I need to have the current time frame momentum go to yellow or red. Right now, we're just getting compression. All the indexes are just compressing right now. Again, I took my Tesla calls off this morning for a nice profit. Had them overnight, next week's calls. CMCSA, we took a loss on CMCSA. That strangle did not work. It's been just trading in a tight range. Alexandra, do I think take a SPY super system long on a reversal? Long? I'm not going to take it long. I mean, you could try. I mean, it's if it breaks up to the upside, but this is a tough day for going long, and you can't really do it here off the 15. You get the VWAP, you get the pivot point right here. You would have to get above here before I would be considering going long on it. I'm basically watching for a short setup. Hopefully the audio is coming through now. Can everybody hear me out there in the room? Yep. Okay. Thanks, Doug. Thanks much, Shiv. Yep. I think I had my mic off for a bit. I didn't actually do it on purpose, but it was off. By a little bounce here, so just kind of watching. Coin pulled down hard and bounced up. Doug, you gotta leave for a bit, no problem. Haven't missed much right now. Again, my missed trade was my Tesla from overnight. I really get out right here, almost right at the high. Right on this candle. It was luck. It just happened to hit my target. About 11:15, market not doing anything. Waiting for a setup, but I haven't got a setup yet. We've got green here in the current time frame momentum, and it just a drift sideways. SPY's got the VWAP right here as resistance, so there's not a lot of room to the upside. Triple Qs, got this pivot point to the downside, and the VWAP to the upside. So we're kind of trapped right now in a range. So I'm just waiting for a setup to occur. I haven't got one yet. Hey, Shai. Welcome to Friday. You left us for a couple of hours. We broke the market. Yeah, it looks pretty weak right now. There's a nice move down this morning. Sold Tesla. Yeah, I took Tesla this morning. Profits as well, Shai. It was a really nice profit. So a nice move in it this morning. It's kind of pulled back since then. Still a nice setup though on the daily chart on Tesla. Tesla looks good. You're not opening new longs here. No, I'm not opening any new longs right now either. SOUN, Stephen up 20% today. Yeah, that was a nice one. Again, it was touted in the room yesterday. Talked about it in the room yesterday. You might have talked about it. I thought it was Tristan, but anyway, a couple of people talked about it. Here's the setup on it. There's a resistance right there, 1688. That was the resistance we mentioned yesterday as it pulled to the top to this level. We had resistance at 1499 and then 1688. It's right up against resistance. Again, not stepping into anything right now. I'd be afraid I'd be stepping in something. All right, this is compression right now. Just compression in the market. See at lunchtime what's going to happen. Qs is starting to look a little weak here. Again, they just switched over to yellow here on this candle. It hasn't completed yet, but you get this pivot point right here, which has been holding pretty strong. So to me, there just isn't enough downside room to take it. Now it could run right through there, but I can't depend on that. And we haven't even closed this candle out yet, so SPY still holding up. I'm watching the SPY. Momentum just turned yellow on this candle. Still very, very flat. Flat action here. Again, we're in a dynamic compression zone, the shaded area compass system produces. We did get a pop out of the box or a breakdown of compression right here. But again, I'm waiting to see what this candle does on the close. Not much of a drop here. Qs also look pretty like a good short, except for that pivot point right in the way, that white line. WM just moving sideways. A lot of compression. Alright, see if we get any more questions right now. Nice little drop in the market today. Now it's just kind of churning sideways. Alexandro head and shoulders setting up. And welcome to everybody on YouTube who's been watching here. We're just in a compression right now. We've had a nice pullback in the market. From this morning it gapped up. It's pulled back. It's been very consistently pulling down. Now it's just compressing. Again, I'm looking for a short, the SPY Super System short right here off the SPY. If I can get a breakdown here below the 15, which is where I'm at right now. This is going yellow. I'm tempted to take this even though it's in a dynamic compression zone because my upside is against me is limited by quite a bit here. Again, I'm just watching. I need to see some confirmation here, but this is a good entry on the SPY short if the market continues on down, because you're right at the 15. But that's got to be your stop on this thing if it closes above the 15. Let's see it right there. Very close. We do have yellow, so that the current time frame momentum is bearish, but market's really choppy right here after this pull down. So we'll see if we get a continuation, a breakdown, compression, see if we get a continuation of the breakdown. Again, an entry here is not terrible because of the fact that you can exit pretty quickly if it closes above that 15. I took a few puts on the SPY here, expiring today. I took the 604 puts, pretty close to the money. But again, I'm going to keep a pretty tight leash on this thing. I want to see it flush down right below this dynamic compression zone. And if it closes above the 15, I'm out, and I'll wait for another setup. No real follow through here of any significance right now. Again, we've just been compressing for a good long time. Big green candle, big red candle, then just tiny little candles right here at the 15. It's holding the 15, but the momentum now has shifted to bearish, and I took some puts in it. We'll see where they go. Again, they're going to be fairly tight leash here. Those are the 604 puts I took expiring today. These are some pretty small candles in the SPY. Again, I took some SPY puts on the SPY super system setup right here off of the this went yellow, took it here right at the 15. See if we get a flush down. We're not, it's just these candles are really tiny, and if I get a profit in it, I'll take it off and then wait for a better setup. Basically, I'm flat on it right now. Triple Qs, I don't like. Quick triple Qs are bouncing up here. That gives me some concern for the SPY system, for the SPY short right here. Qs, you notice, bouncing above the 15. IWM kind of drifting down. Again, it's right at the 15 as well. SPY holding below it. Very slow movements here in the markets. Gapped up this morning, pulled down pretty hard. All the indexes are red. I think the Q's still red. No, the Q's are up. Sorry, Q's are still up. $2. They're up 0.4%. IWM is down 0.8%, and SPY is down just 0.1% right now. So the IWM is the weakest, but it never gapped up this morning. It actually was moving down when the market was moving up. And again, right now I'm short the SPY right here off of this candlestick as it breaks down. Current time frame momentum, well, it hasn't broken down. Looking for a breakdown in it. If it closes above the 15, I'm out. Very, very tight stops on these SPY super system trades. Again, the Qs are bouncing. So I have to be careful. Qs are bouncing. The SPY may go with it. We'll see. If it does, I'm going to get out of the trade. But right now, it's just hovering just below the 15. Again, the triple Q is still moving up a little bit here. So, and the IWM moving down. So they get the SPYs, the Q's the weakest, the strongest. The IWM the weakest, and the SPY right in the middle. And again, I'm short the SPY, but it's just not doing much. I'll give it a little bit of time, but not a lot. And bouncing the SPY here, right up to the 15. Again, watching the Qs bounce, it gave me some pause as far as the SPY is concerned. So I'll probably take this SPY trade off right now and come back and revisit here a little bit later. SPY's above the 15 right now. See where this candle closes. So I closed down that SPY super system trade. I took a 4-cent loss on it. It's not very much. This thing's not moving. I'm going to wait for a decent setup here, and I'm not getting them right now. Again, I didn't like the fact that the Q's bumped up above the 15 here. SPY follow them up. It may still flush down, but I'll wait. I can always take another entry in this. It's starting to pull back down again now. Okay, I'm back on the SPY short again. Same strike, 90604 strike. So anyway, I'm back into this the puts here on the SPY. I got out here on this bounce. Probably should have held it, but I didn't. Get pretty bored with this whole move. But anyway, I'm short the SPY again right now. Short the SPY on a SPY super system trade. Took a 4-cent loss on the original one. Now I'm back in it again. See if we can get a flush down here. I'm watching it at the daily. It's got room down to the 15 on the daily, which is 602.21. 602.21. So about $1.20 to the downside. That would give me a pretty nice profit if we even get a little bit of that. So I took the first one off as it bounced up above the 15. I took it off for a 4-cent loss. Now I'm back in profits on this one. About 12:15 again. About 15 minutes. I'm going to take a lunch. See if I have any questions over here on the. Wait till the candle closes. Yeah, that's what. Good point, Kyle. If I had waited for the candle to close here, it'd be okay. But it pulled back down again. I just jumped back in again, so it didn't really cost me much. I get back in again at about what I, just a little bit higher than what I had took it off at. So not bad. Drifting down. Very slow action here, though. This is very, very compressed action. The dynamic compression, the current time frame momentum is nice and is red again, though, coming in pretty good. So this is as this thing falls like this, that's a pretty good indicator that there's the short there's selling going on right now. So I'll stick with this for a bit, see what happens. Again, I've got the 15, just a little bit above where I am right now. I'm up a bit of money on it. Doji sandwich on the ES 1-hour chart, Mayak. Does this pattern have higher probability on lower time frames like it does on the daily? Yeah, I don't use the doji sandwiches on the lower time frames. I just use it on the daily chart. That's kind of what Tesla was yesterday. A doji sandwich. basically what you're looking at is this is not a pure doji sandwich, but a nice green candle here. I got it blue, but because of Bollinger Band expansion. But this is a bullish candle, a green candle, kind of a fat doji here. I'd rather have it a smaller doji, but that was fine. And then I held it overnight anyway, and I got out here near the high, and it's putting in a green candle today, not as tall as you'd like to see it, but the market is fairly bearish right now. The SPY pulling down again. We got a dynamic compression zone that's in here, but it's definitely bearish at the moment. So again, I get into it. I get into the SPY puts. Took a 4-cent loss, and then I got back in again as they broke down below the 15. After this position closes, if I take any more SPY Super System trades today, I'll be going out to Monday for an expiration date, just to avoid some of the time decay this afternoon. Really flat market here. I'm just trying to SPY Super System trade on the SPY, but these candles are really small. This is a pretty dead market here right now, after a nice little flush down, after a gap up, and now we're just kind of churning sideways. Market trying to make up its mind. SPY starting to move down a little bit now. So I'm in pretty good profits in the puts that I'm in SPY right now. Alexandra, you're thinking maybe IWM short? It's weak. Yeah, it is weak. It's weak. It's been weak all day. IWM shorts is also a good setup here. Notice the Qs are holding up a little bit better. I took the SPY because the IWM had gotten a little bit stronger recently and it hadn't been falling as fast. I took the SPY, and I like the SPY because it's got some good downside room. IWM is sitting, was sitting right on support. It's just broken below support. 232.50 was support on IWM. 232.50. Alright, so you see it just broken down below there. So IWM is a good short setup here too. Again, try to get in close as you can to the 15 or the VWAP. Be careful about chasing, because if you get a quick reversal, it's gonna kill your profits really quickly. Shai took some Tesla lottos for today, 430s. Okay, they're probably cheap, so not bad. I don't know how cheap they are, but you took Palantir long. Yeah, I'm not really adding any longs right now, but Palantir is a nice setup. There's quite a few nice long setups. I just don't trust the market at all right now. Again, this is December, coming up on Christmas, and a week and a half. This is a tough time of the year to trade. It's very similar to the middle of August. A lot of people not trading, a lot of stuff going on. Market just is difficult to try to get any kind of significant moves out of things. So you got to kind of take what you can get. I'm just watching the SPY come down here. Watching my position, because I'm going to take lunch here in just a bit. Kyle, how long did it take me to develop the mindset and patience to make it as a pro trader? It took a long time. By the time I was part-time for a long time. When I finally went full-time, I was pretty well prepared for it. But listen, the market is always tough. You always got to be working on your mindset. The mindset is the most important thing. And these LPTE days, the low probability trading environment days. Now, I don't think today's an LPTE. I think today is a bearish trend day. Yesterday and the day before were LPTEs. And you have to learn on LPTEs either not to trade or just to take really passive targets. A lot of times the targets have to be very, very, very passive. You take small wins, or you don't trade at all. That's important to trade. Each day you trade, you've got to be trading based on what the market's doing that day. If you just try to follow the same procedure all the time, you're going to be in trouble. I mean, I know a lot of people that only trade long, they won't trade short, and the market gets choppy or starts to correct, and they get killed, and they keep making the same trades, same kind of trades, and they lose money. You've got to be able to adjust to it. It takes a few years, honestly. We've got good technical information here, good indicators, and really, I think really good setups, like on this SPY super system here, coming off the 15 in the VWAP. Because your losses are going to be fairly limited, and you can still have close to an 85 to 90% win rate. But again, you've got to have the mindset to be able to especially not take trades when you shouldn't be taking trades. That's the biggest problem. Most traders overtrade. Again, I'm still in these SPY puts. I'm going to take them off when I'm going to go to lunch here, so I'll take profits before too long. They may continue on down, but It's about 12:30. I'm going to take my profits here in the SPY super system. This was actually a pretty nice trade. This was good for about $30 a contract profit right here. And again, it's still inside this dynamic compression. It may break down after lunch. I may take some more shorts in it, but right now I'm just taking the money and going to eat. Kyle, you viewed today as a bearish trend day as well. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean, I'm looking for some good long setups too, but this between now and the end of the year, the market's going to be really tough to trade. You got the FOMC coming up, which could give it a catalyst, but likely they're going to cut 25 basis points. That's what's expected. And so the SPY super system gives me some opportunity to trade and make some money intraday when I can't take a lot of swing type trades or even long. For me to like alert on a trade, I need to be able to plan on staying in it for a few hours. And right now, I don't feel like kind of confidence in anything at the moment. And again, December is always a hard month, so I supplement my other trades, the swingy type trades with the SPY super system trades, and this has been faring very well. This month is not quite as good as last month, but we're still up decent money on it. Last month was really pretty huge. We made about 7,000 off the SPY super system. Made about the same in the room, about 6,000 or 7,000 in off of the trades that we post that were alerted trades and longer term trades. So pretty nice. But you have to be prepared for December to be a really tough month to trade and not expecting big huge profits. But anyway, I'm out of the SPY trade. I'm going to get some lunch, and I appreciate the folks on YouTube over here watching. I'm going to shut this thing here down on YouTube. We've been in for about an hour and 15 minutes or so. So everybody on YouTube have a great weekend. Hope to see some of you folks in the room or on the alert service here soon. Again, you can obviously you can call Rory if you want to get buy the software, which is really a tremendous piece of software. I mean, this gives you the indicators that you need to be able to trade the SPY super system as well as all the other trades that we take. I did take Tesla overnight yesterday. Made beautiful profits on Tesla today, as it was set up perfectly well. I mean, if I look at the Tesla trade, if I go back here and look at the Tesla on the daily, which is what I was using for my swing type trade. See how green everything's green. Institutions are buying the heck out of this thing. And again, I bought it here and sold it yesterday for profit. Then I got back in again for an overnight, and it popped up here to 431. Doesn't look like much, but it was good for about $6 a contract on the options. So pretty nice. There it is there today. All right. So again, thank you very much for being here on the YouTube side, and we try to do this every day around 11 or 11:15. So we'll see everybody who wants to get back in and watch on Monday. Hope to find some of you folks in the trading room soon, or the alert service. All right, and you guys have a great weekend there on YouTube. Am I sharing my toss script anywhere? If the Tammy, if you buy the software from again the SPY Super System software right here, it used to be called the Compass. If you buy it, this software, you get it'll look exactly like mine. You get all the indicators exactly the way I've got them set up. All of the VWAP, the 15, all of that. You also get all these scans, and there's a bunch more scans that you get. That all comes with the software. It's really a good piece of software. The best one I've come across to identify institutions being in the trade, which is really important because to try to find the highest probability trade setups, you've got to know what the institutions are doing. You want to follow them. You don't want to be in when they're not in. You only want to be in when they're in. This shows us exactly what they're doing, and again, this is a critical element for me. So yeah, if you call down, talk to Rightline, talk to Rory. You can get the software. They'll put it on your machine. You don't have to trade off of Thinkorswim. I do not trade off of Thinkorswim. I trade off of TradeAir using TradeHawk as a front end to it. But this is where the indicators go on Thinkorswim, and you can get the Thinkorswim platform for free, and then you can have the indicators put on there by Rightline. They'll just take over your computer, put it on, and it'll look exactly like mine. All right? Okay, everybody. Listen, have a great, for the YouTube folks I'm speaking to, have a great weekend. Look forward to seeing you back here next week. For everybody in the room, of course, I'm just going to take some lunch.